Kohler, CPA attorney, advocate for you, the small business owner on Main Street, America. And I'm a little angsty, a little upset. I feel like I have to continue to tell people the secrets about their IRA because we're all fighting against the Wall Street machine, the big bank machine, the big 401k administrators, the TPAs, that's third-party administrators with huge fees that to you and me. They don't want us to self-direct. They don't want us to know what we can really do with our Roth IRA. Well, today in this broadcast, I've got a list of probably 15 different things you can do in your IRA that your stockbroker is certainly not going to tell you. Wall Street's not going to tell you. And the big media moguls that are all owned one way or another by Wall Street, they're not going to tell you. So we're going to get to the truth here. I'd love to hear your questions, your concerns, and I'm going to do my best to answer them. Please ignore any of the posts here of some bot trying to get you to do some crypto or whatever. I am verified on all platforms. Do not look for me posting at all in any of the feeds, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. Ignore them. Just focus here. Pop your questions in there. I'm going to be getting the feed and I will be replying. Guys, I'm excited about this topic. So, bottom line. Your IRA, whether it's Roth or traditional, your health savings account, your covered L, which is like a college IRA, your 401k, your Roth 401k, your SEP, your simple, all of those retirement accounts, unless it's locked down with the current employer, you are able, and a lot of times you can get it out of your employer situation. There's different variables there. You are able to take your retirement account and invest it in what you know best. You do not have to get sucked into freaking the Wall Street machine and only buy stocks and ETFs and what Robinhood's willing to give you or Acorns is willing to give you or all these different platforms, TD Ameritrade, Scottrade, Fidelity, Merrill Lynch. They have their menu. And if you try to work outside that menu, you're crazy. You're wrong. You shouldn't do that. Trust us. You know, one of the stupidest commercials it just makes me so mad. It's this commercial where this beautiful woman's driving home in her car and she's pulling up at this beautiful manicured house and she gets out of her car. It sounds like a perfect luxury auto, and she gets the mail out of her mailbox and she walks inside her husband and says, hey, and he's cooking in the kitchen. And she's like, and she has like a statement from her broker. And meanwhile, the voiceover is like, we've been managing money in this country for 500 years. We know better than you, and you shouldn't have to worry about your money. We're going to take care of you. You don't have to worry about it. In fact, you don't even know what you're doing. We know it better. We've been doing it forever. And then she takes her mail and she's like, oh, here's our broker's statement. Oh my gosh, it's killing it. And she just throws it on the counter. That's right, people. Don't worry about your money. We'll take care of it for you. It's bull crap. I'm sick of it. The fees buried inside the 401ks and these retirement account funds are criminal. It is ridiculous how much they are. There's a fee taken at every step of the way. And heaven forbid you get a fiduciary, a real financial advisor that's there to tell you what's best for you, which may mean getting out of Wall Street and going and buying real estate down the street. But heaven forbid you actually hear that. So here's today what you can do. And I'm going to get on the whiteboard and I'll show you how to do it. It's simple and it's easy. All right. Now let me give you the list of some cool things you can do in your IRA because I want your juices flowing. And then I'll answer your questions and I'll show you the method of how you do it. Now, this is doctorate level stuff, people. This isn't easy. You want to get on an app and click and buy Tesla stock? Knock yourself out. You want to take control of your retirement and get a better rate of return and do something that you know is going to make some money? Then you got to learn some things. So buckle up, people. You're smart enough. You can do this. Wall Street doesn't treat with respect. I do. I know you know how to. You can do this and that you can learn this, and it's not that freaking hard. We are smart in America. Main Street business owners are what built this country, and I don't need freaking Wall Street in my business. Man, told you I was pissed off today. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so here's some of the list. Okay. Yes, I'm going to put this in an article too. I can take my IRA and buy a cute little rental property down the street. I could partner with 2 or 3 friends and take their Roth IRA, their 401k, their SEP. We could pool it in an LLC, and I can go buy rental property, storage units, single-family homes, Airbnbs, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, veteran housing, low-income housing. You can do it all inside your retirement account. Is that an option on your Robinhood account? Your Robinhood app says, oh, you want to buy your brother-in-law's rental property and work together on it? That's on your app, right? Okay, that's number one. All right, let's have some fun. You can buy into the Packers organization. That's right, the NFL Packers. We're doing an expansion on their stadium. The window apparently ended 2 months ago on 2/23/22. Oh, no, sorry. Maybe is it 23 or 22? Not sure if it ended up finished last year or this year, but you could buy into a NFL team. We had a client that bought into a Mexican soccer team, and his IRA, which was not publicly traded on Wall Street, he had a connection to the organization in Mexico, and he bought into a Mexican soccer team. You can invest in notes, meaning your money can be loaned to someone else to buy a real estate project, land. You might be the second hard money lender on a fix and flip. Think of Chip and Joanna on Fixer Upper. They needed extra money to go in and finish the flip. They borrow from someone. They sell the place. They pay off the first, pay off the second. You make interest and points. That's called note investing. Oh, your Merrill Lynch broker didn't tell you that? Okay. Next, you can buy raw land. Maybe you want to flip some land. Maybe you live in a rural area and you know there's some land over here that's going to be by a freeway exit someday, or there's some land you want to develop into a real estate project, a school. I have a client up in Idaho right now that's trying to lock down some land for a school, and they can do that in their retirement account. We had a client buy into a racehorse. That's right. Your IRA can own part of a racehorse. And LLCs, most of these racehorses in the Kentucky Derby and the Triple Crown, those horses are owned by LLCs. These horses are worth millions. Well, you could be an investor on a racehorse. Let's go to the metaverse for a minute. I have clients that are doing, including myself, owning a crypto mine inside my IRA. And even though Bitcoin is down right now, I am still mining Bitcoin right now. And it's a great rate of return, a lot more than 15 or 20%. Let's digress for a minute too. I get hate mail, so much freaking hate mail when I say, yeah, you can have $1 million Roth. Let's invest and get a 10 or 12 or 15% rate of return. People go ballistic on my social media going, how dare you say you get 10 or 12%? You're obviously a crook. What are you selling people to give them 10 or 12%? Nothing. I just see hundreds of my freaking clients going out and investing in restaurants, landscape companies, raw land, rental properties, Airbnbs, racehorses, cows, crypto mines, and making more than 15% because they're not buying the bullshit that's in Wall Street. That's how they're doing it. So if you want to make more than 8%, invest in what you freaking know. Gosh, man, I'm so upset today. I hope this isn't too far over the top, Kirby. Are we doing okay? This is all right? Okay, this is me. I just get pissed with this topic. Okay, crypto mine. And I did. You heard me say cows. I just text some of my staff here. This is the coolest thing. I'm buying into this week. I've been trying to get it done. Agridime is a company that's been around for 3 years now. Great reputation. I am not telling you to invest in them. That's up to you. I'm a financial advisor, but not an investment advisor. I don't tell you what to invest in. I just give you advice on your freaking finances that kick butt. And then you get to choose what you want to invest in. Wall Street isn't going to tell you that. So you can invest in a cow and buy a live cow for around $1,500. Your average rate of return that they're seeing is between 15 to 20%. Oh, it's $2,000 per head. Now you're buying a cow from the birth through the completion of the meat production. Now, what's fun about this is this was in the most recent season of Yellowstone. If you're a Yellowstone fan, you remember Beth went to her dad and was like, John Dutton said, hey, it ain't cutting it. We are not making enough money here on the Yellowstone Ranch. And she's like, look at this. We could be selling cattle from start to finish and get in meat production from start to finish with our cattle. He's like, and of course it's John Dutton. Well, I don't think about that. I don't think we can do it. And Beth's like, you're killing me, Dad. We're going to lose the freaking ranch. Hence the drama of the show. But anyway, this is what this company's doing. That's where the writers for Yellowstone got the idea, is there's multiple companies that are allowing investors. Now, by the way, you actually are buying a contract on a cow. It's not a Reg D, Reg A offering. It's not a private equity. You can do this in your IRA. I'm looking at that. Metaverse. Oh, I love this. I've got some family. They are so fun investing in rental property in the metaverse, in digital assets, art, music that is being digitized, sometimes called an EF. Oh gosh, I think of ETFs all the time. Help me out, Curry.
NFT.
NFTs. Sorry, I get say ETFs and NFTs. I get those three acronyms. But the non-fungible token type digital assets can be purchased by your retirement account. One thing I'm doing this week, I've got to get it done, and we're going to be interviewing him in 2 weeks. He is the CFO or the CEO of the Dead Blocks, which is a online gaming drill, right? And gig and on Dead Blocks. Undead. What did I say? Undead? I did? Undead Blocks. It's Undead Blocks. And we're going to have Grant on our show in the next 2 weeks. I am buying a weapons pack by my Roth IRA that kids can rent in the game to go kill zombies. My IRA is making money from renting digital weapons in the metaverse. So excited about that. Next, we have clients that are investing with their IRA into startups. Someone that's got a crowdfunding idea, a startup idea that you're excited about. You're not seeing that on your freaking Fidelity account, are you? Is TD Ameritrade emailing you saying, hey, your friend down the street just came up with a great invention. You want to invest in it? You're not hearing that. When you see these opportunities, people, I'm going to show you how to do it, and you're going to freaking love it. We did account, operational business, client, your brother. I had a friend of the family that's starting a restaurant out in Tucson, and they were looking for partners and investors in a restaurant. And your IRA could be in a restaurant deal. All good. And finally, I'm going to just put private equity. Some of you might hear I interviewed Grant Cardone last week, and he's working on his 24th fund, helping small Main Street owner businesses and people that want to invest in large real estate projects. And he's sick of Wall Street too. He's raising money so the little guy can buy Wall Street assets, which they're not going to let you do. And he's making it reachable for the common person. Okay, so if I haven't got you excited, that's the concept of self-directing. And you may think, well, this is really hard. I've got to move money here. No, it's not that hard. I'm going to show you on the whiteboard how you do this. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way here a little bit. Move this down and out of the way. Okay. So here's how this works. We are going to take your IRA wherever it is located right now. So wherever your IRA is right now, you're going to do a transfer. Sometimes people call them rollovers. That's going to involve kind of a 401k concept, where you're going to transfer the money to a new self-directed IRA account. Okay, there's no tax. You're not taking the money out of your IRA. You're taking it out of Fidelity and moving it to Merrill Lynch. You're taking it out of TD Ameritrade and going to Robinhood. Same concept. It's still an IRA, but we're going to go to a new custodian. So where I'm a director over here is directedira.com. Directedira.com. On your phone, on your computer, you can open up an account within 30 minutes. You open up a Roth or a traditional, there's a helpline you can call right away. You're going to open an account, and yeah, a new account's going to cost you a couple $100. Sure. Yeah, but guess what? They're not taking a percentage of your earnings like your stockbroker is, not like Wall Street's going to, where there's an annual fee and then you invest it however the hell you want. How nice would that be? Not a percentage, not a brokerage fee, annual fee. That's it. No matter what the hell you invest in, you make $1 million, still get an annual fee of $200 or $300. The end. So number one, you open the new account. Then number two, you transfer the money. And you don't have to transfer all of it. Choose what you have in your current Roth or your IRA and transfer it. This process could take you 3 to 4 days. Got to open a new account, get a hold of the team, say, I want to move X number of dollars. You're going to fill out some paperwork online, and then you're going to open the new account. All right. And move the money. Number 3, on day, probably this is about a week out, you're going to decide, what do I want to invest in? What do I believe in? And I just went through a list of 10, 15 things. You're going to say, oh, I want to invest in my sister-in-law's new cupcake store down the street. I want to be a 30% owner with her. I'm going to help her buy her new ovens, and I'm going to get 30% of the profit on her cupcake store. Great. You can do that. So what you have to do at this point, if you're going to invest in a smaller business, you have to make sure you're doing an LLC and doing a transfer agreement or a purchase agreement. So there's a legal document here that's going to allow you, just as if it was your own money. If your sister called you up and said, hey, do you want in my cupcake business? Yeah, I'm in. You're going to sign a document that you become a partner. Well, in this situation, you don't become a partner. Your IRA becomes a partner. And maybe, like I said, you're in for 30%. Now, you never took the money out of your IRA. There is no penalty. There's no tax. Let's call this Sister Cupcake LLC. Sister Cupcake Company LLC. So this little LLC is going to issue membership ownership to this IRA. So instead of buying Tesla stock, you're buying stock in this Sister Cupcake Company LLC. And that's step 3. That's it. That's how you would complete that transaction. Now, in some of these other transactions, it could be a little different. So where did my eraser go? I can't find it at the moment. Oh, here it is. Okay, so the last strategy, and then we're gonna, I'll throw out here that's just fairly typical, and then we'll do some Q&A here, is you set up a new LLC. Now, in the process of doing these LLCs with the IRA company, which could be directed IRA or someone else, calling the law firm, we've been doing this for 20 years, so you would probably, in step 3, call KKOS Lawyers, KKOSlawyers.com, and you're going to call and say, I need to set up an LLC that's owned by my IRA. Could be 100%. Or maybe you bring in your spouse's IRA, your kid's IRA. We have an LLC in our family with 8, and all the kids and a couple spouses of my kids now. We have 8 partners in an LLC, and we all put money in this. And right now in this little LLC, as an example, we're doing a crypto mine. So that's very common. So instead of owning 100% of the LLC, you might own 12% and you've got 7 other partners. I don't know. So you build the LLC with the law firm. You're looking around $1,500 to build this LLC. You transfer the money in. Everybody transfers their money in, and you get to be the manager of this LLC and go invest it in what you freaking know. That's it. That's how easy it is. This is what Peter Thiel did with PayPal. And he's now got a $3 billion Roth IRA. That's what he did. Mitt Romney did this with his Roth IRA at Bain Capital in Boston. The list goes on and on of these mega Roths that are out there that the owners don't like to talk about because they don't like Congress breathing down their neck. But we have in our own office clients with $100 million Roth IRAs. Countless clients with $1 million in their Roth IRA all day long. People, you can build this. And are you going to freaking build it with a stupid little ETF or mutual fund making 5% a year? Hell no. Invest in what you know. Get your IRA in control. It's your freaking money. Take control. That's it, guys. If I didn't wow you or come up with something you didn't know, maybe I blew it, or you're a regular follower and you got it down. I'm going to jump over to some questions. And Kirby, if there's anything in Facebook you want me to hit, let me know. Patrick in the studio in Idaho. I got Kirby here in the studio in Phoenix. Crypto Iceman says, I'm seeing a lot short videos about IUL insurance. Is that legit? Okay, everybody. IUL insurance is indexed universal life insurance. It's a form of whole life insurance, which is a bigger umbrella. It's not term insurance. It has an investment aspect. In my 30 ultimate tax guide, which you can download on my website for free, 30 ultimate tax guide, you can download it. One of those 30s is life insurance. Now, I want to tell you this, Crypto Iceman, is it legit? Yes, technically, you can invest in a life insurance policy, let it grow, borrow against it tax-free. Some call this infinity banking, bank on yourself, blah, 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 all these little acronyms that people try to sell it and make it sound sexy when at the end of the day, it's still the same freaking insurance that was sold 20 years ago. They've just tried to brand it and package it so it looks sexier. Now, here's my concern with it. I use life insurance as a final step in a process of a client that has got a lot of money, a lot of resources, and time. An IUL policy needs at least 10 years to really get over the hump of the exorbitant commissions that are paid to the agent that sold it, and the insurance costs that go along with it. Now, I know all the different techniques. You don't want it to mech out. You want to make sure you find the balance. You don't want to overfund it. You want to find the right level of insurance, and it depends on how old the client is and how healthy they are and all this crap. You insurance agent, I get it. Here's my concern. It gets sold to people that are in debt. They don't even make enough money to pay their bills or fund their retirement account every year. And you're like, well, life insurance is better than retirement account. No, it's not. I'll debate Roth and life insurance with you all day long, because people don't lose their Roth if they can't keep up on the premiums. They don't. And you know it. Now, if you're making enough money, Crypto Iceman, where you've done your IRA for the year, you've done your Roth for the year, you bought your rental property for the year, you're out of commercial debt, your kids have their college savings funded, planned out, you're making money and you've got savings in the account, you've got your tax deposits done for the year, and you're looking for something new, let's talk IUL. Not until then. It is a dessert on the end of the process of doing all these other things. It's in my 30 Ultimate Guide. It works, it's effective, but it's not for everybody. That's the truth. All right, I'm going to piss off and get some hate mail from insurance agents today for that one. All right. Stephanie's loving you guys are awesome. Digital market, oil and gas, mineral rights, royalty payments last year, 13% cash on cash. Daniel, thank you. I love that. Oil and gas, mineral rights, water rights. I have clients investing in those. I'm going to put them on the list. Daniel, I love that. So oil and gas, love it. Carlos, for investing with your IRA, are you required to be a passive investor and not participate in the business? Or can you invest with your IRA and be an active owner as well, or an employee of the entity? Carlos, it depends. Now, everybody, let's hit it real quick. I'm not going to dodge any question today. I'm going to freaking hit the questions you guys want. So in this structure, where your IRA is here at Fidelity or wherever, you're going to move it to a self-directed IRA at directedira.com. Maybe you do a Roth conversion in the mix. And this new LLC is going to open a landscape company, okay? We're coming up on the summer here in a bit, and landscape companies are gearing up. I have clients that make $500,000 a year in landscape and lighting, holiday lighting. They know what they're doing. I love Tony Bass and his training down in Kentucky. Love what he's doing down there. Had him on the show previously. So this new LLC is going to open a landscaping business, all right? Now, we don't know how much your IRA is going to invest in this landscaping business. Now, Carlos says, well, Mark, I want to be a partner in this personally. I want to help run the landscaping business. I want to make a salary or make money personally on this. If you want to be a participant in the operations of this business, whatever that business is, between you and your IRA, you cannot own more than 50%. Now, this is where the show 50 Shades of Grays come in, because the closer you are to 50, ooh, that not pretty. It gets darker and darker. We want to be kind of near the lighter shades of gray. So maybe a 20 or 30% combined ownership. So if you want to raise some money from some other IRAs and from other people, you can do that. And you can be an owner in this. But your combined ownership between your IRA or your family's IRAs and you, I want to see it less than 40%. I really do. I want to find something that's a little more realistic here. You're saying, well, I want to own the landscape business all by myself and have my IRA pay for everything. Not going to happen. It's not in a self-directed format. You could look at a Rob strategy or the guidance strategy. It's a lot bigger project with more money to implement. It can work. We see clients do that with franchise tax models. So Carlos, go look at the Rob strategy. You're going to see some hurdles there. Just start a business maybe where you're a minority owner with some other buddies. We could talk. Okay, NFTs. Justin's helping me out. Jeff says, I have an S Corp. I'm 51 years old, want to set up a retirement account. I have a rollover account that I can move to an IRA. Love it. Can I set up a 401k in my S Corp and buy a rental property and then use the cash flow to buy rentals and crypto? Oh my gosh, I love it, Jeff. Yes, you can do that. So everybody, let's do another diagram here. So let's say Jeff has a rollover IRA. So what that means is there's an extra step in here. Here's Jeff. He had an old 401k from another job, okay? And now it's been rolled over to an IRA because he no longer works at that job. So the 401k is gone. He calls this a rollover IRA. I think, Jeff, that's probably what you're referring to. Now he's starting an S corporation, and on our trifecta that you guys know we talk about, he wants to build this. Let me get this out of the way. He wants to build this new IRA uh, in a 401k format. So we take the S corp, we set up a solo 401k. Now, Jeff, you can call our law firm, KKOS Lawyers, talk to any of my 12 lawyers. They can design the solo 401k and the S Corp so you have the perfect synergy. It's affordable. We're not charging some of these outrageous rates and some bozos setting you up in Nevada. We set this up in the state where you live, affordably and simply. Call the office. We can give you some more background. Get to KKOSlawyers.com. Now, S Corp sets up the solo 401k. Within a couple weeks, this is off to the races. Then you take your old IRA and you roll it into the new solo 401k. All right. So we've got step 1, form the S Corp. Step 2, form the solo 401k. Step 3, do the rollover of the money. Now, Jeff's going to be like, well, I want to buy a rental property. Now we create an LLC. And this is our asset side of the trifecta. And the LLC is going to buy a rental property, but we've got to take the money from the solo K and fund the LLC. Again, the law firm helps you through the process. We've been doing this for 20 years. That's going to be step 4. And then step 5, we're going to go make an offer and buy the property. At the end of the day, your IRA is owned by your is now rolled into your solo 401k, which is funded by your S Corp, which owns an LLC, which owns a rental property, and all that freaking cash flow is going down into your 401k, and you're buying investments you freaking love. So Jeff, do it. Get on it. Move. Take action. PDR, Mark, I have a solo 401k, HSA, and a Roth with directed IRA. Woo! When opening bank accounts with Titan Bank, do I open an account for each one of those accounts? Well, yes and no. I will say this. You're definitely not going to commingle that money. 401ks, HSA, and a Roth, they are independent accounts. Now, it depends on what you're doing with each one. If you're doing a crypto Roth IRA, you're not going to open a Titan bank account with that because you're just going to invest right out of the Roth. So with a solo 401k, you may be investing directly out of the solo. And yes, you would open a Titan bank account for your solo 401k. With the HSA, are you going to form an LLC? And then the LLC would open a Titan bank account. So PDR, I really, really recommend you have a consult for 1 hour at the least with one of my tax lawyers, and they can walk you through the proper structuring of this. Yes, you're going to need multiple accounts. Which account and how you set it up is going to depend on what you're trying to accomplish and what you're going to invest in. Jeff says, also, who should be the owners of my IRA crypto account and rentals for protection? The owner is your LLC. Right? The LLC is going to be funded by your 401k, which is your rollover IRA. Okay, get a consult on that with one of the attorneys, Jeff. Kelly says, hey, Gold Color says, Grant Cardone, the big liar scammer. Oh, I don't like that. Gold Color, don't go there. Hey, I'm not going to edify or talk about anyone derogatorily or edify someone's investment. Sorry, I should be careful what I'm just reading here. Some people says what it seems. Do your research, people. Be careful. Do your research on anybody. Do your research on me. Just because someone talks intelligently doesn't mean they're one or another. Okay. Can you move a Fidelity Union 401k? Yeah, Tony, you can if you're not currently employed by that union. If you're currently employed, people, you've got to look at your vesting rights and how much you can roll out. Sometimes you can roll out your contributions, but you can't roll out what the company has matched. We got to talk about super chats. I don't know what that means. My media and marketing team can let me know about that. Texan says, is it worth it to do a Roth conversion if in the 22 to 24% tax bracket? Well, everybody, here's the thing. When you want to start converting some of your IRA to Roth, I love it. I want you to convert to Roth. Now, some of you are like, well, I'm in this bracket or that bracket. I've got clients that are in their 40% bracket and we're converting to Roth because they'll never pay tax again. I've got some clients that are in a 10% bracket and they're like, oh, I don't want to convert to Roth. I don't want to pay the tax. All right, fine, pay it later. So everybody's situation is different. But I'm going to say this, Texan, I want you converting to Roth. I want you to get there. The 22 to 24% tax bracket is not that bad because the beauty is the more money you make, the greater rate of return is. The Roth will beat the traditional IRA every time. And I'll go head to head with anyone that wants to argue about a traditional IRA. Well, you're getting a write-off now and you're going to be in a lower bracket in the future and blah, blah, blah. Really? You're going to be in a lower bracket in the future. You got a crystal ball for that? I don't. I just don't want to pay tax ever again. And you start getting a 10 to 15 or 20% rate of return in that Roth IRA, and you're telling me a deduction today is better than that? Bull crap. Now, when you're getting a measly 4% in a traditional IRA, converting to Roth may not be a big deal, but my clients want more than a 4% return. So whatever. David Jar, thanks, Mark. I earned 250 grand a year trading Section 1256 futures options the past 2 years. I already get a 60-40 tax break. But can I invest in retirement accounts by incorporating, or should I not? Can I invest in retirement accounts by incorporating? Okay. So the way you're phrasing that, David, is a little confusing. You don't invest in retirement accounts. I think what you're trying to say is, should I invest from my retirement account into things that I know how to get a great return in? Yeah. Do you need to incorporate? No, I would form an LLC. Creating an LLC is not typically what a lawyer would call incorporating. That's setting up an LLC. Will you need to set up an LLC to do this? Yes, you will. Is it worth it? I don't know. Do you make more in your future options trading than you would buying a Tesla stock? I have a feeling you would. Then freaking take your retirement account, form an LLC, and go do what you know is best. Hell yeah. No tax. Do it in a Roth. David, talk to one of my attorneys. Kelly, skip that one. Okay. Going to Sherry W. Hey, Mark, is there a way to avoid the rental depreciation recapture tax? Sherry says, can I avoid rental depreciation recapture tax? Yes, do a 1031 exchange. You kick it down the road. 2, look at the opportunity zone funds. Number 3, die. That's one of the best strategies. You get a stepped up basis, your family is going to love it. I mean, they don't pay any tax and the depreciation goes away. I don't know if you'd like that though, because dying is not a great tax strategy. So, and I would say, Sherry, get a consult from one of my tax lawyers, because if you're worried about depreciation recapture, I want to go, what are you trying to do? If you're, I don't have a problem with depreciation recapture. I want to roll it through a 1031 into another property, or I want to pay the tax and rip the Band-Aid and make that money make me more money. So don't let depreciation recapture stop you from making more money. Let's see what you want to do with that. Jerry Q says, hello, Mark. To expand on Jeff's question, are there restrictions on what you can roll over into a solo 401k? Can you take an existing 401k from an employer into that account? Yes, if you're not working for that employer anymore. Let me repeat this to everybody. If you have a day job with a 401k, 9 times out of 10, your money is locked down. Now, you might have some vesting rights on contributions from prior years, and you can pull that. But a current employer 401k is going to be tough to move. Now, it doesn't mean there's not options. Now, one strategy I teach everybody is matching out. Put the money into your day job 401k, get the company match, and get the hell out. Take the rest of your money and form your own solo 401k or fund your Roth IRA and self-direct that. Don't just be dumping blindlessly all your money into your day job 401k. Set up your own freaking 401k for your side hustle. Take over there. Santosh, how do we show in tax return all transfers from IRA to self-directed IRA? Oh my gosh, everybody, you got to, if you're multitasking, focus on this. Santosh, bless your heart. You are missing this. And everybody, Santosh's question, if he has this, I know 10% of you still do too. Listen, Santosh says, how do we show on a tax return all the transfers from my IRA to a self-directed IRA, an investment in a different opportunity? You don't. You don't. There is no tax. There is no penalty. There is no 1099-R. People, this is so freaking easy. It's Wall Street doesn't tell you this. Wall Street doesn't want you to do this. So they don't tell you. There is no reporting on your tax return, Santosh. It's that easy. Can you believe it? If you move your money from Merrill Lynch to Fidelity, do you have to report anything? No. If you move your money from Fidelity to directed IRA, do you have to report anything? No. Wall Street wants to scare you that by self-directing, you're creating some sort of tax and some sort of problem. They are not. They are full of shit. Sorry, everybody. God, it just makes me so mad. Ugh. All right. Tim says, can you suggest how to convert 300K IRA to Roth? Okay. Tim says, can you suggest how to convert a $300,000 IRA to a Roth? Well, the easy answer is it's a Roth conversion form. It takes about 15 minutes and the team would convert it to Roth. That's how you do it. Now, the question, Tim, is should you do it in chunks? What's your tax bracket this year? What's your tax bracket next year? Do we want to do this in pieces? What does your IRA own? What is your IRA going to invest in? Sometimes I want to do a Roth freeze, which means I want to freeze the value of that IRA and convert it all to Roth because I know you're going to make 20% next year. And I don't want you to convert it next year after you already made it 20% bigger. So let's look at what I call Roth chunking. But Tim, it's easy. Move your money to directed IRA. Day 2, call them up and go, I need a Roth conversion form. Done. You can do it tomorrow. When to convert from HSA to IRA? You won't. You'll never convert from an HSA to an IRA. People, you cannot go from a health savings account to an IRA unless you die and your kids inherit it. If your kids inherit your HSA, it turns into an IRA. If your spouse inherits your HSA, it goes into his or her HSA. That's it. You will never go from an HSA to an IRA. And people, what do you think? You don't want to know what I think is more valuable? An HSA. Do you know the number one reason for bankruptcy in America? Healthcare. The number one reason people pull money out of an IRA? Healthcare. Don't you think I'd like to have a health savings account full of cash that I can pull out tax-free? Yeah, I'm going to fund that before I'm going to fund my freaking Roth. So if you can do an HSA, fund it, grow it, build it. Then take your leftover, fund your Roth. Then next, your solo 401k. Oh, you got a match at work? Match it out. People, there's a progression to this. If you're like, holy crap, Mark, I didn't even know about this. Set up a freaking appointment with one of our tax lawyers, and we are going to save you 20 times whatever you pay us. Don't worry about what you're paying the lawyer per hour. Just know that we're going to save you 10 freaking times that. People, you got to upgrade. If you want something new, you got to do something you've never done before. You got to go learn and get advice and upgrade your professionals. It's okay. All right. All right. A Titan Bank follow-up. Okay. Alfred says, do you expect any limitations on Roth IRA conversions become partially taxable in the future? No. People, the government loves Roth IRAs. They're increasing the amount you can put in a Roth IRA. They have not limited Roth IRAs. They want you to invest in Roth IRAs. Guess what? Social Security sucks, people. The government knows it. The government's trying to put money into Roth. You are not going to get backdoored on some crazy, stupid law down the road that your Roth is now taxable. The tax code grandfathers in what's happened before. Why would they come back? And do you know the uproar that would happen in Congress? Do you know how many legislators and senators have Roth IRAs? Do you think they'd be stupid enough to tax your Roth after you pay the tax to convert to Roth? Do not worry about that, Alfred. How much is a consult and how much to set up a self-directed IRA? Is it fee-based? To set up a self-directed IRA at Directed IRA is around $300. We have specials all the time, and there's discount codes and all that. Go to directedira.com, get in the chat, start talking. But to open an account is around $300. Now, to open accounts for your kids or grandkids, there can be discounts on that. Now, to get a consult, that's free. To consult, call them up, talk to them for free to get that account going. Now, to set up a LLC or get a consult with the lawyers, we have different services. If you're going to get an LLC, the consultation's included with that. What type of LLC are you going to get? It could range from $800, $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000, but it depends on the type of LLC you're going to get and the amount of time you're going to get with the lawyer to help you. These are real lawyers, not people that are called, legal specialists with the lawyer in the back room. You're going to talk to a real lawyer. Kirby, if there's one you want me to answer, you just throw it out there. Okay, David says, sorry for the confusion. I earn my income from trading futures. I can't open a retirement account since the government doesn't consider it earned income. Should I form an S Corp so I can open a retirement account? Well, just because you open an S Corp doesn't mean all of a sudden magically you have earned income. And if you want to run your futures through an S Corp to create earned income, I don't know about that. What I'd like, David, to see you do is buying a rental property. We can convert the management fee into earned income. I would hope you're diversified enough to have a little bit of rental income coming in. Also, you may have a side hustle. You might have some consulting services. If you can create an S Corp with some earned income all day long, I want you to create a solo 401k, David. We've got, I call it the side door 401k. Talk to one of my attorneys about that. John Wick. Oh, I love John Wick. We have the real John Wick on here. Do you work with cryptocurrencies? John, bless your heart. Were you not listening earlier? I have literally a crypto mine. I own rental property in the metaverse. I own 5 different variations of cryptocurrency. I hosted 2 crypto tax summits last year with experts from around the country. Laura Shen, Pomp, BitBoy. They were all at my workshop. People, we help clients with cryptocurrency. I teach classes on cryptocurrency. So, Jarek and John Wick, please trust me. We know what the hell we're doing. Tony says, can I call your office for a consultation on creating a Roth and a trust that's right for me? Tony, we would love it. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. We do satisfaction surveys with our lawyers. Believe it or not, lawyers that really care about the satisfaction of their customers and building a relationship and a journey. We want to get your trust done. We want to get your LLC done. We want to get your rental property protected. We want to build your Roth accounts. We want to see you get out of debt. My attorneys are not one-offers, just setting up one thing. So Tony, please set up an appointment. We would love it. Alfred said, the reason why I asked, there was some proposed limitation on Roth IRA accounts that would have limited them to $10 million in some contribution limits after 2028. Alfred, we got that bill provision of the Secure Act killed. There is not a limit on the Roth IRAs. It was a discussion point. Alfred, we've got your back. And if you're up against a $10 million Roth, God bless you, call me. But if you're worried about having a $10 million Roth, then I love it. I've got clients that have bigger than $10 million Roths, but there's no limit right now, Alfred. We got you. I'll do John Paul. Mark, I'm 23. I've been watching you for over 2 years. Thanks, man. I used to be in a life insurance agent, but I left to do actual planning. What are your thoughts on donor advised funds? Well, of course, a donor advised fund is typically tied into a charitable structure. If you're doing charity, I love that. A donor advised funds can be a good fit instead of the cost of setting up your own 501c3. So I love that. And John, I'm glad you're doing planning. I'm not down on life insurance. I'm down on life insurance getting sold to the wrong person. I'm not down on Wall Street. I have money in a money market account right now, waiting to be invested somewhere else. Wall Street for me is where you park your money till you find something better. And you try to do it with the lowest possible fees or no fees because the fees are off the chart. Scott says, hey, I'm a veteran living in Germany. Thanks for tuning in across the world. I have a Roth IRA and have crypto. Love it. Where do I start and plan on retiring in 5 years? Oh my gosh, Scott. Well, I don't know all your facts and circumstances. What I'd do is start with a consult with one of my attorneys. But I'd say this too. If you have a Roth IRA, people, you want to make sure you're funding your Roth every year. Now, if you have any sort of earned income, I want to go next level and fund a Roth solo 401k so you can be putting more money into the bucket, into the machine. Then I want you buying crypto in your own name as well as your Roth. Now, if you own crypto in your own name, I can't put that in your Roth. Your Roth has got to go buy new crypto. So I want you investing in rental property in your own name and rental property in your IRA. Do both. Get it going. I love what you're doing, freaking Scott. Get a call with one of my attorneys. We'll take care of you. Let's see. Any other question you want me to hit? Alfred says, I really enjoy this show. Thank you for the information. I have a question for you. I love the Roth IRA strategy. Okay, and then we covered that. Hey, and I know I'm being a little angsty today, and I just Wall Street brings it out of me sometimes. I love the products in Wall Street when I'm just parking the money until I find something better. That's okay. Life insurance down the road. Any other questions? Say it louder. Tim, we're going down to Tim. Tim says, Mark, my combined income with spouse is $300K and tax bracket. I think Fed 25. So how do I chunk my conversion to Roth? What I'm going to say is if you get over to YouTube and I'm going to type in, let me just see, Kohler chunking IRA. Yeah, I love this. I have a video called the Sweet Spot Roth IRA. Just go to YouTube after this live and type Kohler chunking IRA. And watch that, Tim. It's a video that's 3 years old, but it's got 250,000 views. It's quality. Nothing's changed in that video. I need to do some more updated videos with the chunking. We have a Roth conversion and chunking podcast that's been recorded, and that's 4 months ago. And that's with Matt Sorensen. That's just 3 videos down. So study up on that. I don't know all your facts. And I'm going to tell everybody, try to chunk to your Roth as fast as you can. That's where you want to be. So just be thinking about that. Any questions on Facebook we want to hit or anything else, Skirb? All right, everybody. I just want to say thank you. I'll be here next Friday doing a live broadcast. If there's a topic you want me to cover, I'll do it. I'm going to continue to post videos and podcasts and interviews of influential people, just helping us all better live the dream. I appreciate your follows. Please get to KQS Lawyers and make an appointment with a real lawyer to get your own plan. Pick up my book on Amazon, The Tax and Legal Playbook. I've got over 1,000 5-star reviews on all of my books. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Whenever I go live, you'll get a quick ping. I'm on all the social media platforms trying to kick out info. And if you're a tax advisor, if in any way, shape, or form, a tax preparer, an accountant, a bookkeeper, QuickBooks specialist, CPA, enrolled agent, please get to my website, markjkohler.com. This coming Monday, the 24th, I am doing a 4-hour tax advisor boot camp. Very affordable, $200 to help you learn how to build advisory services and processes into your practice. And I'm going to try and wow you for 4 hours and blow your mind. So please get over there to my website, markjkohler.com. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend and keep living the dream.